Bill O'Reilly with us, host of the No Spin News on BillO'Reilly.com, author of Confronting Evil, Assessing the Worst of the Worst. Deep dive into the evil reality of the drug trade, its impact of America. His new column out on BillO'Reilly.com is worth a read on Nicolás Maduro's removal, I guess would be a way to call it. Bill, thank you for being with us. You predicted a while ago that this was about the oil in Venezuela and changing the political dynamic and geopolitical dynamic, because once you have oil, you can put pressure on Vladimir Putin. Unquestionably huge success overnight by U.S. military forces. Do you understand what President Trump views as success long-term in Venezuela? Is it Venezuela becomes a client state of the United States? Is it the 51st state rather than Canada? Is it like Greenland? What is it?
It's El Salvador. That's what President Trump would like to happen in Venezuela. A very close ally that helps the United States geopolitically. We get our investment back because, as the president just stated, we built the Venezuelan oil industry. And then when Hugo Chavez was president, he seized it. And then when he died, Maduro took over, handpicked successor, and they ran it with no thought to reimburse the United States from all the infrastructure. So that was one thing. The narcotics is certainly a message to the South American and Mexican drug lords that nobody's safe. And narcotics is a national security threat. What hasn't been reported, though, and I've been watching in other networks, and I can tell anybody watching right now that you're lucky to be on NewsNation, because they're just clueless, most of these pundits. So in November 24th to be exact, the Trump administration declared that a group called Cartel de los Soles was a terrorist group. That group traffics in narcotics, it traffics in oil, illegal oil to places like Iran, does a lot of bad things. Now, under the United States government, if you designate an organization a terrorist, you can attack it with military. So there's no, as Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats who hate everything that Trump does, goes running around going, well, you didn't consult Congress. Well, you don't have to. And the president was set by Bush the elder in 1989 when he took out Manuel Noriega in Panama in exactly the same kind of operation.
Yeah.
People forget that. 21,000 American troops went to Panama. They arrested Noriega, took him to Miami. He was convicted of narcotics trafficking, and he never got out of prison. He bounced around a little bit, but that was it. Congress didn't do anything. There was very little resistance. 80%
but Bill,
of the American
to
people
be fair, though,
polls supported the action.
Right. And unquestionably, look, when the American military succeeds, Americans have every reason in the world to be proud. Nothing succeeds like success. The world is a safer and better place when America's military is seen as strong. Evil, strong men, Vladimir Putin is on the cover of your book, and others look at this and go, oh, wow, I need to take Donald Trump more seriously when he says things. The question, though, is going forward. He wants to turn Venezuela into El Salvador. Venezuela, the now leader of Venezuela, has said, no dice. We're not going to be an American client state. We're not going to bend to the knee. And Trump says, fine, we'll put boots on the ground. Putting boots on the ground, invading Venezuela, taking it over, and actually remaking that country is going to be a very different war than snatch and grab overnight. And what I'm trying to get from you, that the distance from that is, should the American people be prepared for an invasion by America of Venezuela?
No, it's ridiculous. Leland, let's you and I walk down the path of logic together, all right? Because you're a former foreign correspondent. The American embassy will control Venezuela for the next year or so.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.